Yesterday, we told you about the change in stance by the U.S. on the Israeli settlements in West Bank. The Trump administration has said that it did not find the Israeli settlements in West Bank illegal per se. Those were the words. Now, this is a reversal of a 41-year-old position that the U.S. has maintained, but America is getting little support. Yesterday, the Secretary General of the United Nations clarified that its position on Israeli settlements remains unchanged, meaning the UN says that Israeli settlements in the West Bank are illegal. Later in the night, a resolution was moved. It was co-sponsored by North Korea, Zimbabwe and the PLO, that is the Palestinian Liberation Organization, once headed by Yasser Arafat. The resolution was titled, "The Right of the Palestinian People to Self-Determination." It condemned Israeli occupation of Palestine. And here's the interesting aspect. India voted for this resolution. A total of 164 countries voted for the resolution. Only 5 members, including Israel, of course, and the US, opposed the resolution. 9 countries abstained from voting. So here's the headline. India voted against Israel. Even Canada, that has never taken a divergent line, voted against Israel. While this vote contradicts India's growing ties with Israel, it is consistent with India's position on the matter historically. 2 years ago, remember, when the US recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, the decision was challenged at the United Nations. Turkey and Yemen had opposed it. They brought a resolution before the House. Do you know what India did then? It favored the resolution, meaning India does not recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Like yesterday, that resolution was approved with a huge majority, 127 countries in favor, 9 in opposition. Overwhelming verdict, Jerusalem is not the capital of Israel. India backed that. India's vote was debated at home. India said its position on Palestine was independent and consistent. And now India stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict is very, very clear. Under Prime Minister Modi, the Indian government follows a de-hyphenation policy, which means that India's relationship with Israel and India's relationship with Palestine are two standalone relationships independent of each other. Remember, India has always supported a negotiated solution between Israel and Palestine. Even last year, India voted against Israel in a UN resolution that condemned Israel's occupation of West Bank. So why are we discussing all of this now if this is India's consistent historic position? Because India's vote on the Israel-Palestine issue is now a serious matter. Over the last 5 years, India has also abstained from voting against Israel. India has abstained on votes at the UN Human Rights Commission, the UN General Assembly and the UNESCO. And Israel has thanked India for this. Earlier this year, in the month of June, India voted in favor of Israel to deny observer status to a Palestinian NGO called Shaheed. Israel calls it a terror outfit. 4 years ago, India had abstained from voting on a similar resolution. So for the first time, India has voted against a Palestinian outfit. Again, a departure from the traditional position. This may sound complicated, but here's the thing. India votes differently on different resolutions. Sometimes India backs Palestine, sometimes India backs Israel. You can call it flexibility, you can call it issue-based support, you can also call it the maturing of relations between India and Israel. With yesterday's vote, India has just demonstrated that it is committed to protecting and upholding international law and the right of Palestinian people to have self-determination. The friendship with Israel does not have to come at the cost of international law, and that's a good stand to take, we say.